In Sarnath, situated around 10 km from Varanasi, the Buddha occupies a notable location. The Buddha arrived at this serene location 2 months after becoming enlightened beneath the Bodhi tree in Bodhgaya. His mission was to reconnect with his 5 former companions, who had once doubted his spiritual quest. Buddha delivered his first sermon, the Dharmachakra Pravartana Sutta, or Discourse on Turning the Wheel of Dharma, in the serenity of Deer Park, surrounded by tall trees. The Eightfold Path and the Four Noble Truths were outlined in this insightful sermon, shedding light on the way to liberation from suffering. The teachings of the Buddha profoundly affected his companions, inspiring them to become saints. They were the first to become members of the Sangha, a community of monks whose mission it is to spread the Dharma. The teachings of the Buddha had a lasting impact on Emperor Ashoka, who traveled to Sarnath in the 3rd century BC. His dedication was realized in the building of enormous structures like the Damek Stupa, a tall, cylindrical building covered in intricate Gupta-era carvings that honors the Buddha's first sermon. The famous lion capital atop the Ashoka Pillar represents harmony and the Buddha's teaching of unity amongst all spiritual sects. Even though Sarnath prospered for centuries, there were times when it declined, particularly during the Hun invasion in the 5th century AD and the Muslim invasions that followed. But under the patronage of King Harsavardhana and the Pala dynasty, which embellished it with temples and monasteries, it experienced a renaissance. However, Sarnath was forgotten for more than 6 centuries as a result of the destructive Muslim invasions in the 12th century. When Jagat Singh discovered hidden treasures during the dismantling of an old stupa, it sparked archaeological excavations that led to the rediscovery of Sarnath in 1794. The gradual restoration of Sarnath was prompted by the revelation of its rich religious heritage and history during these excavations. Among the treasures found are the Chaukhandi, the brick remnants of an old stupa that marks the location where the Buddha is said to have been greeted when he arrived in the Deer Park. A massive image of a bodhisattva that provides insight into the Buddha's early monastic life is currently housed in the ruins of the Mulagandhakuti, the place where he spent his first rainy season retreat. Buddha relics are housed in the Mahabodhi Society's Mulagandhakuti Vihara, which is decorated with exquisite Ajanta-style frescoes that vividly depict the Buddha's life and teachings. A peaceful place for introspection and meditation is the serene, sunken shrine of Panchayatana, which is thought to be the precise location of the first sermon. The Sarnath Archaeological Museum is home to priceless pieces such as the famous lion capital, life panels that tell the story of the Buddha, whispering tales of emperors and artisans, and intricate sculptures that convey a wealth of information about the artistic and spiritual legacy of Sarnath. Anagarika Dharmapala's founding of the Mahabodhi Society was essential to the revival of Sarnath as a living shrine. Through their unceasing efforts, they have managed to restore temples and launch healthcare and educational programs, guaranteeing that Sarnath will always be a hive of Buddhist activity. The enduring influence of the Buddha's teachings in Sarnath serves as a reminder of the transformational potential of compassion and wisdom. Seekers on the path to liberation are still inspired and guided by Sarnath's rich history, the Buddha's journey, and the enduring legacy of his teachings. In the peaceful Deer Park, the sounds of the Buddha's first sermon can still be heard, beckoning everyone to join the path to enlightenment.
If you enjoy content like this, consider subscribing to Mindful Himalaya for more videos.